Yesterday, there was a major bus accident in Kenya, and almost 20 people died as a result of two buses having a head-on collision. Now we want to send our condolences to all the affected victims, and may they rest in peace, and may the families find peace. This is very unfortunate, but have you ever noticed that every single time as we approach a major political election, usually there's a major bus accident, and immediately after elections there's also a major bus accident? Have you noticed over the last maybe 20 years? Just go do the research and you'll see there's a connection between elections and major bus accidents, which kill very many people in a dramatic way. Well, this correlation is not coincidental. It's the result of a lot of witchcraft in Kenya. A lot of the elite members are basically people who are steeped in the occult. These are people who practice all kinds of evil magic in order to win elections. Now, as you very well know, there's a referendum that is coming up that they call it BBI, which is all about expanding elite positions in government, so that we'll have more MPs, a prime minister. Basically, it's just the elite looking out for itself at the cost of the public. Anyway, they're desperate to pass this constitutional amendment, and there's widespread opposition. And so usually they go, many of them are devil worshippers anyway, so they do all these magical arts. Now you may want to laugh it off, but the people who practice these things are deadly serious. And one of the things that we know about the occult is the insistence upon human blood sacrifice, which is why all these buses get all these accidents, and many times it's inexplicable. You can't understand what happened, but every single time we have an election, guaranteed there'll be a major car accident. And so these are the dangers of having the occult and occultic members seize control over an entire society. Because whether you want to believe in these things or not, whether you're a skeptic or not, they are not skeptics and they are serious. And people do die. Whether it's through sabotage, whether it's through, however they're able to pull it off. It happens every single election cycle. A major car accident, a major bus accident, and many people have to die. So these people believe that by sacrificing our blood as civilians, they will win power. And you keep on voting for them over and over and over again, failing to understand that really politicians should only be elected for one term only. Because at the end of the day, a politician is like toilet paper. Use once and throw away. You don't want to reuse the same politicians. But unfortunately, people keep on voting for them over and over and over again. And so they almost are convinced that all this magic witchcraft things that they do works because you keep on giving them power. Don't vote for politicians twice. Vote for them once and then get rid of them. An election is an opportunity to get rid of politicians. You're not supposed to give them a second term. It's your opportunity to get rid of them. The faster you get rid of them, the better off you are. If all the counties in Kenya were like Kiambu, which fires their governor every single time, I think Kenya would be a much better place. Yeah, we'd get more competent leadership who would know that if I work hard for the people, I'll get re-elected. But now, many of them believe not in working hard for you, but in practicing magic and witchcraft in order to get elected. They think that that works. Whether it works or not is a different thing. But because you keep on voting for them, they now believe that magic works. And so they put their effort in conducting this witchcraft rather than actually producing results for you, because you don't demand results. Normally, as an electorate, most Kenyans demand a bribe, not results. So they know all they have to do is to accumulate money to bribe you and then practice their magical arts, and then they'll get elected. And so they don't work, they don't do anything at all except accumulate money and practice witchcraft. So to break this cycle, don't vote a politician twice. Once, get rid of them. And it's sad that you will never hear the church leadership rising up to oppose the occult that has taken over Kenya. Almost all the elite members are now belong to the occult, and the church doesn't say anything. And I think they should provide leadership over this issue. Someone needs to expose this issue, because a lot of the poor governance in Kenya derives from people who are in the occult gaining political power. Now, you may think this is really far-fetched. You may think that this is really crazy, but it's not. When you study, I'm going to use this as an example. It's by no means the only example. It's just an example. When you look at the history of Liberia, when you look at just before the coup happened, I think it was in 1980 or 1979, when you look at the government of, it was called Tolbert. It was like a ruling family. They had ruled Liberia for a long, long time. I shouldn't say ruled, we should say misruled Liberia for a very long time. And when you go watch the interviews that they did before they were overthrown, go watch it. All of them were deeply involved in the occult. And they would say that it is the occult that governs how they make decisions for the country. That every decision that they would make would first have to go through whatever magic rituals that they would do. And I think he was the president's son, who was supposed to be the next president. His interview is very telling as a way of understanding how the African elite thinks. And he was talking about all manner of strange entities that would give him instructions on what to do. And it's all so bizarre, and you would laugh it off, except he was, I think, the vice president. And his president, the president of that country at that time, was even worse. Like, these people truly do make decisions on the basis of this magical witchcraft. So you may want to dismiss, but it is a matter of public interest, because they're making decisions concerning all of us. And so when you look at the incredible incompetence with which, a country like Kenya is run, you can't just dismiss the decision-making process that these people take by the time they're ending up with the decision that they're making. And so when you look at the high death rate from all manner of strange things, diseases that are easy to resolve, road accidents, and the roads are very easy to fix or to redesign, and they never take action, you almost get the impression that they do want a high death rate. Now, I want you to consider on Thika Road, on Thika Highway, as you approach Nairobi, on the inner lane, which is supposed to be the high-speed lane, they left a 1.5 foot high pavement jutting about 3 feet into the highway, and vehicles driving at 100 kilometers per hour all of a sudden would encounter this huge pavement 3 feet into the road itself, and they would hit it. Now, why would anyone in their right mind put that on a highway? Why would anyone put that on a highway? And it killed people. And it kills people. So how do you explain that? Is that incompetence? Is it malice, or is it them practicing their magical arts and them having a need to sacrifice people? What could drive that decision? On the face of it, it looks like incompetence. But once you meet these people and actually talk to them, you'll understand a lot of the things that they make are deliberate. If it's going to create human blood, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's nonsense or not, they believe it and they run the country on the basis of that. And it's time this was exposed. We need to expose all these things that the elite is doing to harm us and to bring evil to us. And that's why the best thing you can do is to vote out a politician after one term. I don't care how good they are. Get rid of them. Use once and throw away. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement and together let us kick poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.